Hello guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming. I am the Majestic Snare, and either side I decided to put Leon, not Leon, but Lee actually on. He'll be either somewhere around me. So yeah, we're doing a podcast, but we're actually working out how to do it with cameras and shit. It's like 21st century bollocks.
Yeah, I actually managed to get my hands on a digital camera that sort of becomes a jury-rigged webcam, because webcams apparently are rarer than fucking, I don't know, Snare being funny.
Ooh, is that how it's going to start? Is it? Right. Do you want to christen this podcast or not?
Yeah, I even had the forethought to bring a glass, as I wasn't going to advertise the beer.
Fuck it. I'm not. These
aren't
sponsored.
Hey.
Yeah, Lee has supreme taste in average piss water.
Oh, it's cheap and alcoholic. That's all I care about. It's like me.
Well, I suppose get the relevant half news out of the way. It was my birthday recently.
Woohoo!
Some friends from work got me a whole box of fucking beer. Like this is one of the boxes from a company called Beer Hawk. So I've got this box of beer. I think 9 or 12 in there. And
so much for not promoting beers, eh?
Yeah, good. As far as I'm concerned, good company. They arrived on my doorstep and I didn't have to pay for them, so it's all good.
Well, yeah, but they didn't send you them as promotional items. They were paid for by your workmates.
Exactly. So, just to point out, I'm not being sponsored by beer companies today. Although, I will be vaping, so fuck you.
Fucking hipster.
So it must be about almost 2 months since I actually saw your ugly face.
Have you been enjoying it, is the question.
Yeah, it's been nice until now. Yeah.
We're both working on our lockdown beards.
Yeah. Mine's not fluffed up though. Let's get a bit of...
I could fluff mine up, but I just used wax and oil to get it down again. Oh, and I bought this. This, it looks like a flick knife.
It's a comb.
But it's a comb.
It's a comb. Yeah. What do you need a comb for?
My beard, look.
Yeah, but you really don't need a comb for that short beard.
It does. Otherwise, it looks like a pair of testicles on my chin because it curls up.
See, I get the problem when it curls in, not up.
Yeah, mine curls up, so it doesn't look sleek. It just looks all over the damn shop. So, comb.
Yeah. You and sleek never in the same sentence. Sorry.
Well, I am pliable, if not sleek.
So, this will be our first podcast in quite a while. So, thank you to everybody who is watching. We are doing this on a bit of a fly. This is a bit of an experiment, and this might be for the foreseeable future how we do reviews, because we can't really... It's a bit of a logistical nightmare to kind of do things separately and then share the files without spending hundreds on, depositing things into Dropbox and kinds of shit. So this might be a best way of actually having it as a visual to see our lovely faces and describe what's going on in games. We had one review planned, but I'm not sure we're going to still be doing that now.
It was going to be Ori, and to be fair, I've had so many more games to keep me occupied. I haven't really played it much more than last we talked. So.
But at the end of the day, guys, if you've got any games you want us to review that you've been playing and think you'd like to hear our opinion on things, then let us know. Otherwise, go fuck yourself because you're not watching. So
yeah, I've got a new one that I'm going to play for. I think it's my week, isn't it? On Wednesday.
Yes. Yeah, this is coming out on Saturday, so you'll be Wednesday.
So yeah, I've got a game that I'll be playing, which I picked up. So it's all planned. Look at me, professional face.
Yeah, I did a recent video on Cloudpunk. I need to go back and play some more, but it's a nice game. I did a first impressions on it.
Yeah, I saw that. There's also is it The Choice or something that looks interesting. It's kind of a homeless person's roguelite simulator.
Oh, I think I've seen that advertised. Yeah,
it does look quite interesting. It looks like it's going to press the fuck out of me though. So,
or you just be a bastard and start pissing in people's sandwiches or something.
No, apparently you get a doggo and you can die. So, doggo.
Nah, not doing that. Not doing that. But yeah, so today's going to be a relatively loose gaming podcast, straight up on the tubes.
Always loose. It's my diet of chicken wings and beer.
Yeah. So have you got any gaming news you want to bring up and have a chat about
Well, we certainly could discuss the situation around The Last of Us 2.
Well, we could. I don't know much about it because I actually want to play the game. I know it's a leak.
Read the leak, save yourself some money.
But I know what's happened here in terms of the game has been leaked by something internal, external to the company, and it's kind of ruined the story. But people are getting their backs up about what the leak is. Is that right?
Yeah, it's pretty much legit. It's backed up with like a couple hours of gameplay and screenshots, and they basically, how can I put this without spoiling anything for you or our valiant viewers? They basically, the things you liked about the first one is kind of like not in the second one. If that's vague enough. But and the manner in which it's done, there's a new character called Abby, who is the most muscular female I've ever seen outside of American Gladiators.
More muscular than Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, more muscular than that, I would say.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
What, is she a fucking powerlifter or something?
No, there is a rumor going around she could be trans.
Right.
Because Anita Sarkeesian and Neil Druckmann are like best buds, and she's consulting on the game.
Why?
Because apparently one lesbian character in the first game is not enough.
But I don't quite understand how, in the grand scheme of things, I know the whole Gamergate thing that popped a few years ago, she was a big part of that. But she's not a game developer. She's not a game designer.
No.
What credence has she got to design a game? And not only a game, but a sequel to a fantastic game.
Yeah, I love the first game. I won't be buying the second game.
Oh, fucking hell. So it's that bad?
It's put me right off it because it just misunderstood what I enjoyed about the first game.
Wow. Well, Naughty Dog had to fall at some point. Everyone does these days. Well,
apparently they're shitty employers as well, so...
Excuse the smoke. This is the difference. When we did a podcast, normally I didn't have to worry about that.
Well, you could do like I do. You could abstain until afterwards.
I'm talking, so I'm going to vape. Shut up. Fuck off.
Yeah, so not really interested in Last of Us 2 anymore. Apparently the studio aren't paying some of their people over the COVID lock-in. Almost went, but we're not monetizing anyway, so we won't get demonetized for saying COVID.
No, or coronavirus or pandemic. Fuck them.
Yep. So there's that. And, I mean, they're saying that the leak didn't come from a member of their staff, even though it's from several builds of the game. They're saying what actually occurred was one of their old products had something in it that allowed hacker access to their servers.
Yeah, I did read that part. Yeah.
So it's either your employees are so fucked off with you they're leaking your games, or you're just incompetent.
Yeah, potentially. I think it's more than likely going to be the last one, to be honest.
They've also been nuking anyone talking about it, not just reviews. You've got videos that show nothing of the leak, and they're still blatantly flagging them. There's a company in the UK called Muso who have been like illegally flagging videos and taking them down when it's just conversation, just two people talking about it, like this.
Well, fuck it, I don't care. At the end of the day, we're doing this because we want to, and if it gets taken down, I'll just post it back up again.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway. They're having to release their strikes because it's illegal, basically.
Yeah, you can't shut people up.
No.
not for having an opinion, however wrong it might be.
I mean, and I seriously don't get the whole massive woman thing, as in massive, like, I realized my shoulders weren't big enough to come across on camera. That I flexed.
Yeah.
It's like I'm fine. I believe in sexual equality. If you want to transition, that's fine too. I don't care about any of that stuff. But at the end of the day, you've got women, and they're basically saying, well, we're just as good as men, but to prove it, we're going to have to take on a lot of attributes that men have. So they're kind of like shooting themselves in their own foot on that argument, where I think women should, there's nothing wrong with being a woman, love. You don't have to be a man.
I'm hoping someone gets triggered by you one day.
Oh, yeah. We'll get some
honestly,
comments this time. Woohoo!
Jesus Christ. So just to point out my view on that, the attribute of being muscular is associated with men, but it's not the sole ownership of men. Women can be muscular too.
No, I get that, but you've got regular women going, well, we need characters in our stuff that are muscular, like Grace from Terminator or Abby from The Last of Us 2. It's like, just women are fine. You can be a woman. It's fine. You don't have to be like, henchwoman. Oh, that kind of works. Okay.
There we go. So you're satisfied. It's all good. No, I mean, in terms of the scandal, I think the scandal is probably more the fact that it may have uncovered a lot of the malpractice that's happening at Naughty Dog in terms of the crunch, in terms of the treatment of employees, in terms of how they're dealing with the whole pandemic that every other company seems to be dealing with in their own way. It's unacceptable to have people willing to do that in your own company, but it's not a problem of the employee doing it. It's your management of them or management of your IP, your estate of your IT, whatever it might be. If it is a vulnerability that's been exploited, then that's on you. That's not on the employees. Don't blame them.
No, I mean, and there's like lots of people saying, well, don't cancel your pre-orders, it'll hurt the developers. You're like going, dude, the developers are supposed to be paid like on a monthly basis, presumably, and their turnover is so high, most of those developers aren't going to be there after the launch of the game. So it's only hurting Naughty Dog, and since Naughty Dog are the ones that are fucking up.
Yeah, well, we all know that in our hearts that pre-orders are a bad thing, but yet we still do them. I mean, I think predominantly we do that because we want to do reviews on certain games.
I've pre-ordered Maneater on Epic.
Yeah,
I'm not planning on doing a review. I just want to be a shark and eat people.
I thought you might get that. It does look fun, to be fair. But I think with most of the pre-order kind of culture, I'm a stupid git and I buy my special editions, right? And I can see you now, Lee.
Camera now.
But I do buy those special editions. But at the same time, they are something I like to spend my money on because I get something out of it, rather than just getting it quicker.
Or just too much money.
Yeah, there's that as well. But I'm swimming in special editions. You can actually see some up here. That's where I've stored them. I'll just tilt my camera up for you. That's where I've stored them. They're not out in their cases yet, but that's where they're living.
Your coving's not very clean, is it?
My coving's not clean.
There's
nothing up there.
Oh, the recess part around the top. It's dirty. I can see it from here.
What, you mean here? That's a shadow. Yeah.
It's covered in tat, you fool.
Oh, I see what you mean. But yeah, so I do have my special editions. I do like them. But in terms of a pre-order of getting something just sooner, that seems silly. And I'm a massive hypocrite. Fuck it. I know. I can't speak from the fucking mountaintop on this one.
Well, pre-orders are no longer a thing with digital content anyway. The only reason you would pre-order is if you get something free for pre-ordering.
Yeah, and you just pay more.
Yeah, you get a skin that you can unlock in the game or you could buy later. Oh, there's something else that we could talk about. It's topical. Have you heard about the Mortal Kombat 11 expansion that's coming out? Aftermath. Math.
Yeah, what is it? I think there's Terminator, there's Shang Tsung kind of extra missions.
Yeah, there's extra story. You forgot RoboCop.
Oh, RoboCop's in it. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And what's his name? Futon, or not Futon. Guy with the staff that fought back to back with Raiden against the demons.
Cannot remember.
Futon.
Funjao? I don't know. I can't remember his name.
It's something like that.
If we can research it later, I'll put it in somewhere.
No, he won't. He always says that. He never does.
Of course, but no one watches us, so it doesn't matter, does it?
No, exactly. So don't make promises that no one cares if you keep.
Going to make you beautiful, Lee. See, another promise broken.
Yeah, of course it's broken. I'm already fucking beautiful.
No, you're not, mate.
Idle tosspot.
Yeah, so I think it's just an important thing to note on the Mortal Kombat thing. I think they've done the right thing by keeping themselves, I was going to say relevant, but I don't think it's quite relevancy. It's more that they're having fun with the franchise, with bringing these characters, and able to bring in these characters for a start to make it kind of an event. That you got RoboCop suddenly in a Mortal Kombat game. That's absolutely mental.
There is a bit of controversy surrounding it, though, as there always is.
Cool.
The fact is, you can buy a Mortal Kombat 11, which will come with Aftermath, all of the DLC, and Combat Pack, I think, 1, for $60.
Not bad.
Or you can buy the Aftermath, which comes with like 3 characters, a few skins, a few levels, and a bit of story, and that's $40.
What?
Yeah, it's $40 by itself.
This is what Destiny did. Because when
I hate it already. Then
when I remember when what was it, the Osiris update, Temple of Osiris, or where it was. So Destiny 2 had its first update, and then if you wanted to buy, because when I bought Destiny 2, I got a pack that gave me the 2 first season bits. So Temple of Osiris and the one after that, which I can't remember because I haven't played Destiny 2 for a long time. But you got 2 of those, and the third one you'd have to pay for. But in order to get the third one, you could buy a whole game with those DLCs at a certain price, or you could spend $40 or pounds on the third season pass. And it was like, that makes no sense. Why do you have to spend that much on a very small element that you're getting for the game? And this is what they're doing with Mortal Kombat. So that's not good. I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've spent a bit of money on Mortal Kombat. I mean, I've bought the characters as they've come out. I haven't really bought any skins or anything like that because I think they're kind of a waste of time unless there's like a really pucker one. I almost bought the Carl Weathers DLC. I was like, that's awesome.
I've done it again. Sorry. so professional on this this podcast. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I've always got a soft spot for Mortal Kombat. I think they do try at least, but the pricing thing needs to be sorted out because that's not viable. Well,
yeah, I mean, if you've bought the base game at say $60, then all the skins, all the combat packs, and then they're like, yeah, you spent like $100 on the game, but we're going to sell that for $60, and then you're going to have to pay another $40 to get what they're already getting.
Yeah, it just seems wrong. Wrong. So, no, not good. Sorry, bad. Moving on. I mean, one of the things I did notice, and I mentioned to you earlier, there's been some stories on the BBC of a number of people actually reporting that gaming, fucking University of the Bleeding Obvious here, but people are gaming more in lockdown in significant numbers. So we are seeing increases to, stock prices on Activision Blizzard because of their particular franchises, and FIFA for EA, all those kind of things are doing them grand business in the lockdown, which is a good and bad thing because it means that people are paying lots for microtransactions in these games while they're on 80% of their salary in the UK, some of them.
Yeah, I'm playing pretty much the same amount because I don't go out.
This is the point. I've been trying to explain to my friends who are not gamers in the same way that we are, that under these lockdown rules, for us, almost nothing has fucking changed apart from not being able to get shopping in as frequently.
Oh no, I send my girlfriend for shopping. It's fine.
That's because you're a heartless bastard, Lee.
She offered. I accepted. That's the way arrangements work.
No, you just said nothing. She said, "Do you want me to go to the shops?" You went, "Oh."
Well, I am primary breadwinner, so she wants to keep me safe and protected from potential deadly diseases so I can keep a roof over her head, is what she said.
You are a deadly fucking disease.
Yeah, this is true.
It's easier to insult you when I can see your face. Anyway, so obviously a lot of people are gaming a lot more in lockdown, but as I said, we are kind of don't really feel any difference because for the most part of my leisure time anyway, apart from the occasional kind of maybe drinks after work or a barbecue or something. I'm not out in the town every night, and so I don't feel the need to. I have missed like going to work, the actual journey of going to work, as weird as it sounds. But in terms of leisure time, I'm just gaming. Nothing's changed. And I know there's a big fucking pandemic out there. It's not like I'm oblivious to it, but I'm just normal.
It does mean I get an extra hour a day because I don't have to walk to and from work, if you look at it that way.
An hour?
Yeah.
How is it an hour? So this is a very in conversation here, not part for the people, but you do not live 30 minutes away.
You do if you walk like me.
Jesus. What do you do? Start at like... Do you stop off halfway and have a break?
Yeah, I need a little rest like at base camp sort of thing.
Jesus Christ. Seriously, guys, this guy lives probably about 15 minutes away from work, tops.
No, not in that office. If it was that office, you might have an argument, but no, it's in the other office, isn't it?
It's only because you've got to walk uphill, you lazy bastard.
Yes, it's true. It's a hill.
Anyway, back to gaming.
How do you get to work anyway?
I drive like an
There
adult.
You drive like a lazy bastard.
with a parking space. I drive.
Well, we can't all have kissed enough ass to get up the totem pole like you, sir.
Well, these lips are still puckering.
Yeah, I'm like...
Yeah, you ain't the one kissing Lee. Anyway, back to gaming. This is so much more fun with the camera. Love it.
Well, I'm having a look directly at the camera, and then I'm like looking at you, and then going, "Shit, I need to look at the camera."
So, So, what else are we going to talk about?
Yeah. So, what have you been playing in your self-isolation other than Warframe?
Oh, okay. No, I've found a couple of things that have been quite interesting. I found I suppose you could call it like a meditation type game. It's basically it's a link up with your microphone, and you can do it in VR as well. But you basically have this like chanting meditation, but it then harmonizes what you're chanting with what you've just done, and it's kind of like a meditation exercise. But you can kind of, once you've finished it, you feel really relaxed, and it's kind of spooky. It's good. I would recommend it. It's called Sound Self, I think, on Steam. It's not cheap, but what it does is actually quite impressive.
How much is not cheap?
It's 25 quid.
That's not cheap when you get something for your phone that does a similar thing.
Yeah, but you get the visuals as well, so you can put on the VR headset and really immerse yourself into it. So there's that.
VR headset you don't have space to use.
Oh no, I've got it here. I can use it sitting down. So,
all right.
It's not something you have to wail your arms about and go crazy, but it's actually quite good. It's something that I would recommend to somebody that's into meditation, basically, or want to get started into it, because you're not doing anything apart from chanting like a tone, and then that harmonizes with yourself, plays that back to your speakers, so you end up feeling like the sound is outside as well as inside, because you're getting the vibrations from you making the tone sound in your body, but also you're hearing it back harmonized, and it sounds nice. You've got the visuals, it's going crazy.
Is it good for strengthening your Kegel though?
If you want to do it that way, I'm not going to say you can't. But it's fantastic. What else have I been playing? I tried a game called Barrow Trauma. Have you seen that?
No.
It's a survival, like 2-dimensional survival thing on a submarine, and you have different classes of people. I think it's co-op. It's in early access at the moment, and you basically are in a submarine, and there's nasties outside in the water trying to eat your sub and get inside, and you have to kind of regulate temperature, power. It looks like it could be something good over time. It's not quite there yet. And as an early access thing, you kind of, it might always be in early access, but it's quite a good game for a dip in. I'm not sure how much time you can actually sink into it before you get annoyed. controls are a bit clunky, but the premise is there, like the way they've modeled how to manage power and the different classes of like captain and engineer and soldier and medic and stuff like that. It's there. If you had friends to play with, it could be quite funny. But as on its own, one player, not sure. How about you? What have you been playing?
I've not as newer games as I should have been. I was just stealthily bringing up Steam then so I could see my library. So I've been playing a fair bit of Elite Dangerous in VR because everything is better in VR.
Yep, some games are. Yep.
What else?
I had fun when I played Elite Dangerous in VR actually.
Yeah, it's good. But I'm trying to get into like Total War Warhammer 2. Because I'm shit at the Total War games, but I really like Warhammer and I really like Total War games. So I've just been buying the discounted DLC and then playing like a game before I even get to use any of it and been like, yeah, I want to play something else now. Shit. It happens every time though. Every time there's a Total War release, I fucking buy it. I'm like, hey, this be great. And I'm just like, I don't want to play it now.
Yeah, well, I never really had much fun with those because it would be a game I'd fiddle with and then be like, well, I'm not good enough to be a general and actually play this game properly and win the campaigns. But I can put a shit ton of peasants against a shit ton of cavalry and watch what happens. That's
and laugh because you're the cavalry.
Yeah. But no, I'll give you my my 2 minutes of Warframe content if you want.
Oh, go on.
So Warframe. Still waiting on the next Glassmaker update so that I can see him just sleeping. It's so beautiful. But yeah, the Glassmaker update is coming out soon. They've done some improvements to the Railjack, which has made it a little bit more worthwhile to play because it was a bit of a grind, a bit more of a grind than a grind, like a grounded grind. But no, it's a much better thing now. And so I'm looking forward to the future because I think they're starting to turn things around again after a couple of releases of being a bit shit. As in launch ready shit. It wasn't launch ready. That's it. Less than 2 minutes. Job done. You can take your plaster off now.
What?
Well, you were shielding yourself from listening to Warframe, so...
Oh, I see what you mean.
Stop now, yeah.
I just ignored you. It was fine.
You have no taste, but that's just another video, probably.
I did play the Stanley Parable for the first time today.
Oh, I was always umming and ahhing about that. Any good?
It's strange. It's strange. If you like, it kind of reminds me of PT.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of doing a lot of the same thing over and over. And then it's all about sort of his interaction with the narrator and like fourth wall breaking stuff. It's very strange because I played it through the first time and it's like, oh, that's the game then. That took like 15 minutes. I'm glad I got that for free on Epic. And then it like started again. I'm like, and then the narration was different. I'm like, what's going on? So it's kind of like one of those games that's a bit trippy.
So one thing I think we're missing at the moment is the decent level of that style of game is kind of disappearing. So you've got your AAAs up the top that obviously lots of money, lots of budget, lots of problems, lots of scandal, right? And then you've got at the bottom the fucking literal bottom feeders of people asset flipping and chucking things out on Steam. But then that middle ground, certainly from a Steam perspective, is almost, it's disappearing. There's one or two gems now and again, but there's that AA and kind of decent indie title that's had a lot of love to it. That is disappearing. It's literally going to one or the other. And I don't know if that's the same on, platforms like Epic, for example, where you might get a lot more people going on and actually putting their games on rather than putting them on Steam.
You mean being bought, don't you?
Yeah, but certainly I haven't really delved into experimenting on purchases on Epic. I don't think I've actually bought a game on Epic yet. I've just been collecting the free stuff.
Yeah, I have.
Or maybe one, because I think we had one that we reviewed on there, but not many at all. Not many.
Oh, it was Rebel Galaxy Outlaw.
Yeah. So apart from that, it's the only one I think I've bought on Epic. But I get the feeling that middle ground is starting to become a bit of a no man's land. There's not many people that are doing that kind of stuff.
Unless you produce hentai games.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you look through the new releases, because quite often when I'm doing doing a video for our channel, I think, okay, well, I'll look for a new game and see what's out there and do a kind of first impressions of it. And you're looking through these shit tons of fucking hentai and girlfriend simulators and shit. It's just endless.
Oh, that's a relief. I thought it was just tailoring it to my tastes.
No, it's not. It's just every day there's some bullshit, like sexual partial nudity, manga style bollocks that is doesn't deserve to be released.
What was today's?
Have a look, Lee.
I'm looking now.
Well, while you're looking, I can talk more about Warframe.
Today's was... Oh, God. Oh, God, that looks good.
It doesn't look good, Lee. It doesn't look... Stop. Take your hand off the mouse.
No,
both hands above the desk.
No. I wasn't talking of that. I just came in and there's something called Be a Walker on there that looks like Walker on the Amiga.
What now?
Yeah, right now. It's like second one down on New and Trending.
Okay, let me have a look.
£6.47.
To be honest, for those of you that weren't around back when Walker was a thing,
Let's Play. Fucking watch it.
It's an Amiga game that was just beautifully put together, like simple.
It's totally Walker, man. He's squishing people.
Right, nearly there.
Come on, fuck's sake.
Might not give it to me because I'm not the same as you. What's it called?
Be a Walker with a hyphen between the B and the A.
Yep, got it. £6.47.
That's the one.
Oh my God, that is Walker.
There you go.
But it's upped, and it zooms in when he's stepping on people. Oh, that's a potential. That really is a potential. Okay, so I take everything I've just said back. Games like that are still out there.
£6.47, add to cart.
And that has released today on the 7th of May. We're recording this on the 7th of May. That has just come out today. So, maybe we'll scratch this podcast and we'll do a first impressions of that. It is Walker, but on a kind of a weird proportional difference scale.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Walker to me.
So whereas Walker was about like this big on the screen, walking about, this one is more like this big on the screen and looks more like an AT-AT. Doesn't he?
ATST.
I thought that was the AT-AT.
Yeah.
Is the AT-AT the four-legged?
Yes. The
Sorry.
ATST is the chicken walker thing.
I did know the difference. I just got the name wrong.
You knew there was a difference. You didn't know what the difference was, but there was a difference. Purchased. 512 meg, baby. That's going on my SSD. Because I'll read so much benefit from that load time.
Mostly positive, 12 reviews, 75%. So there you go. Recommendation from the podcast. You saw it here first, guys. Be a walker.
So do we.
If it turns into a phenomenon, we were there first.
Oh, that's finished installing.
Bless.
Fiber's great.
So yeah, I mean, this is a nice little kind of experiment. I think this is going to work for us doing reviews, providing the recording works fine.
Yeah, we might have to fuck them over on the old schizo. Sorry.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, people come to our videos for the reviews, not the skits.
I'm pretty sure they come for the skits. That's why everybody watches for like 30 seconds.
No, that's why they click off after 30 seconds, Lee.
Well, yeah, that's the same difference. They watch for 30 seconds.
They just think we're a comedy channel, we're not actually a gaming review channel.
Oh, that's kind of the way I was going, but is that wrong?
Yes, that is wrong.
Oh, okay.
I've just managed to knock over everything on my desk because I've got headphones locked into my fucking speakers.
You deserve it.
Yeah. So I don't want to make this a massively long one today. I just wanted to kind of tell everyone we are still alive and look at our lovely faces and work out a way to do the video thing, because we do videos on the tube of you, and it's good. But have you got anything else you wanted to go through, Lee? Like topics, not chocolate.
Got some calamari downstairs. Yeah. Go through that in a bit.
I've got a Chinese has just been delivered about 10 minutes ago, so it's getting cold.
So this is why you're squirming. I see. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm fucking hungry, mate. I've only had like a small sandwich for lunch, and we're still getting takeout. So yeah, I need to eat. But I think in terms of the podcast, this is how we will do it in the future, because this works for me.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
And I'm going to put some lovely background behind you. It's going to be
I know.
Awesome.
I was worried about that. I was like, maybe I shouldn't use the green. Well, everything's in front of the green screen, so I have a fucking choice.
Mind you, your mic keeps picking you up really loudly. We'll have to look at that.
I don't know. It's in a slightly different position. It's kind of like side on, because I'm trying to keep it.
What? Not like that.
I bought a new monitor. And it's one of these fancy curvy ones, so getting it out of the way of everything is a bit of a pain in the ass. So I've kind of had to put the microphone on the other side.
That's fine.
Where I normally have it.
Well, I'll do our usual. We do have videos coming out every Wednesday and Saturday, guys. So check back then for some awesome content. Like, subscribe, all of that good stuff.
I've not even finished my first beer.
Well, neither have I. I'm only on a bottle, but we've been online for like 40 minutes.
Normally you're on bloody Diet Coke or some shit.
Yeah, well, I've got 2 boxes of fucking beer, Lee. I'm not going to waste it. So yeah, we do try our best to do some bits and bobs to keep you entertained. And if you want us to do a podcast on anything particular or any reviews on anything particular, then let us know and we'll build it into our fucking busy schedule. But Lee, what are you doing on Wednesday? You got any ideas yet?
Yes, I've already gone over that in a fairly vague manner.
Okay, vague is good. You got plans. Awesome.
I got plans, baby. Plans. It's something I don't normally do either. So.
Ooh. But if any big news does drop, we'll probably jump on a podcast and do a review of it on the weekend, just to keep things rolling more than anything. But yeah,
I thought you were going to say it was have a rational opinion, but you missed the boat.
we don't have rational opinions. But yeah. Anything else you would like to say to the lovely people out there, Lee?
I love you all. I hope you are staying nice and safe in your little houses. And for those of you that do have to go out, God bless you, people. I love you all.
I love you, everyone.
And it's the sticky kind.
It's always a sticky kind with you. There's no other kind.
I am quite tacky to touch.
Well, guys, thanks for watching, and we're going to cut it there. So, hope you enjoyed it. See you again soon. Bye-bye now. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.